Hi Aquarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a timeless love tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me, and I do want to remind you, as always, general reading for the sign of Aquarius, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't, all right? But I did do some shuffling from this little sign deck, and basically you were one of the two signs for today that came out. Sorry, that wasn't one of which, but yeah, I got your sign as one that would need this love reading the most, okay? So we will see what comes out, but let's aim on down and pull some cards. Alrighty, we're going to begin by pulling a couple messages from the Angel Answers deck. See what we get for you here. For my lovely Aquariuses, for their love situation. Good love for Aquarius. We got forgiveness. What else do we have for Aquarius? Okay, so I guess this is how we're going about it. We're going to clarify each of the three. So we're beginning with forgiveness. I need to forgive at least on one end of this connection. I need to forgive in order to move forward, in order to make the best or to expect the best. At the very least, forgive oneself for not having higher standards or for putting up for this or that. Allow for yourself to start anew, however you wish to do so. If that means starting fresh with this person from the past, so be it. If it means forgiving oneself and starting anew with someone brand new, then so be it. It's about starting fresh and forgiving in general in order to release the burdens from one's shoulders and even release them from someone else's shoulders if that's the case, and to feel lighter, to feel fresher as you move forward, and to make the best out of the opportunities at hand, or the opportunity at hand when it comes to love. All right, let's clarify this one before speaking upon the other two. We're going to use the Mystic Mondays Tarot. We've got the Queen of Swords and the Six of Wands. There's a feisty feeling coming through. Why so on edge? Why so ready to defend because of the past? Okay, so be it. But allow yourself to put your guard down and just expect the best. Yeah, okay, it feels like Aquarius may, at the very least, even with this message being absorbed, put that sword in your back pocket and expect the best per se, maybe, but be ready to whip that sword out to defend or just to cut this person out of their life altogether. But don't forget that this person, whoever it is you're considering wrapping yourself up with moving forward, will see that vibe coming from you, will pick up on that, will sort of sense this feisty side of you and like it maybe to an extent, but then feel a bit sort of on edge themselves, feeling as if they almost have to walk on thin ice or on their tiptoes when dealing with you. A situation where you will find that people just notice your every move, or they notice your every move. It just feels like a connection that's very much putting you in the spotlight, to say the least. It feels like you're giving yourself a sense of anxiety, or this person might be somebody who once upon a time gave you a bit of anxiety or stress when it came to this. But with the Page of Wands as well, if you desire a fresh start with somebody in one way, shape, or form, then forgiveness is a must. Let's pull one more. The Chariot. And you're being advised to, once you have that forgiveness, allow for that freeing feeling, that light feeling to propel you forward towards motivation when it comes to perfecting or just making the best out of this connection. If you don't feel as if it's right for you moving forward, then so be it. But you were drawn to this reading for a reason. Forgiveness is going to lead to motivation, whether it's forgiving somebody energetically from the past, or even if they pop back up, and then moving towards someone new. Or it's going to be, for some of you, forgiving somebody from the past to start anew with them. Or if you're in a connection now, there's forgiveness that's needed on both sides, or at least one, so that you can make your way towards success within that connection. However it works for you, Aquarius. Spirit and the universe wants you to forgive so you can move forward and move along. You owe it to yourself and the romance and the love that you deserve in your life at this time. All right? You'll feel a lot less anxious all the meanwhile. There's something better. There's something better. King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. This is an obvious situation right here. We have a masculine and a feminine popping out. Whether it's 2 males, 2 females, or just 1 male and 1 female. The situation is not meant for you, whether it's another one popping up from the past or whether it's someone who you're dealing with now. There's something better. It feels like you at times relive a situation in your mind and then manifest it popping up in your life. And you need to allow yourself to remember that you deserve so much better. Even if there are certain benefits, certain attributes of that connection that enhance your life. But then it's like you need to ask yourself at the end of the day, do the negatives outweigh the benefits? Do you feel balanced? Do you feel like yourself? Do you feel on edge in that connection? And I feel as if you need to prioritize your happiness, your simplicity, and your peace and ask yourself, well, why does this connection seem to come and go and come and go? It feels like somebody who typically doesn't stick around for too long, or will just make it seem as if that's just the way it should be. Let's pull another clarifier. The Ace of Cups. I feel as if once you are able to experience something better, or you're able to view this situation for what it truly is, you'll find yourself feeling 10 times more abundant. They will be somebody who wants to promise you an abundant beginning, and therefore you seem to fall for it time and time again, or you at least want to give it that second, third, fourth, fifth chance. But it feels like, Aquarius, you deserve something better. There is something better, okay? You need to allow yourself to experience a love, a connection that is consistent, that is rewarding more consistently. You know, allowing yourself to believe in your dreams when it comes to romance and when it comes to love, and don't allow for somebody to make it into something it's not meant to be, okay? I just heard don't fall for their facade. This one's, or these two, wow, you might be feeling very torn, whether it's between 2 people or just your own mind figuring out, you know, what to do with a situation. At the very least, if you're drawn to this reading, you can expect somebody from the past popping back up. Okay, perfect timing. Being told to put this in the upright. We have the 5 of Swords in the Wheel of Fortune. The time is now to minimize your stress, to not allow yourself to put your foot in that wheel when you find progress taking place, when you find your connection, this new one, moving forward. Just remember that it's meant to be now. It's meant to happen moving forward. It's almost as if this person popped up from the past in order to remind you that this is meant to be, you know, to remind you of almost a compare and contrast, if you will. To remember that it's a destined connection, a destined union, to say the least. You might be stressing yourself out, making yourself a bit anxious by thinking back to that person and comparing those 2 situations too much. It's like, yeah, Spirit and the universe wanted you to compare so you could see the beauty in the new, the beauty in the fresh, and not sort of fall back to a situation that time and time again doesn't give you all that you deserve. But then you take it a little bit too far, I'm seeing. To the point where you stress yourself out, to the point where you almost try to ask yourself, will this sort of live up to what I thought that was going to be? Don't do that. Allow yourself to simplify it and view this as a completely different and healthier situation where there's a ton of potential. For some of you, I feel as if it's somebody who will take care of you, or at the very least, protect your heart and not come and go, come and go, come and go. With the Princess of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, it's a situation where you will feel fresh. You'll feel as if you're starting almost a financial fresh start with them in one way, shape, or form. That could be a new business. That could be you just sort of feeling as if it's not a one-sided financial situation. Interesting. You might find that you think about money a lot when it comes to your connections. It's a situation where it's going to remind you that things are falling into place in a lot of beautiful ways. You might at times feel a little boxed in, a little bit restricted, but at the same time, I feel like that's mainly due to your own habits or wanting that balance and that alone time from time to time. But I do feel like this is an individual who will respect your alone time or your need for that. Okay, they'll take a step back, or they'll allow you to do just that all the meanwhile. Okay, but with the King of Swords, it's a situation where you need to utilize your knowledge, your wisdom, all you've gained over time in order to make the best out of the potential that lies between the two of you. Okay, but you're being reminded, at the very least, it is perfect timing to make the best out of this, regardless of how far it goes. Okay, I feel the need to pull one more. Big happy changes. Nice. So you're being reminded that as long as you go with the new, the fresh, you are guaranteed big happy changes in your life. And it's something where you almost start to see it instantaneously. It'll be a connection that removes burdens, it removes blockages, and allows for certain levels of abundance to flow in. And I do feel like for some of you, it's an individual that will treat you so damn well, once again, even just gift-wise, monetarily. But even if that doesn't pertain to you, excuse me, you can expect big happy changes in your life that sort of trickle out from you deciding to move forward with this new connection. All right? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you next time. Bye, Aquarius.